GM Farcaster. It is Tuesday, July 30th, and you are here with Nownish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. And we are on a little different day than we usually are. So everything's a little off today. So I apologize for being a smidge late. But we're like, nobody's waiting for us because nobody knows we're going on today.
That's right.
So everybody forgot. So
that's not true. Good. We have two friends. We've got two friends in the live chat.
Okay. Hi, friends in the live chat. I'm starting to log in right now. And we're getting ready. My background is base camp. So we're getting ready for base camp. That's why we're on Tuesday because we're traveling tomorrow. And your background, which is fabulous, is a little shout out to the Olympics by Brian Morris. And love it. Looks so cute. Saying a little GM to our chat. Hello. Wait a minute. Did I see Miriam got an ENS? I'm so excited. Yes. Now I can know it's her in the chat. I'm so happy.
Is that a new ENS? Yes, new ENS.
Yes.
Awesome.
New ENS. Yeah. Very exciting.
Yesterday we've always talked about, so we stream on Lonely where your display name is your ENS. You can't, even though I think there's some Farcaster integration, but you can't display your Farcaster name.
Right.
So if you don't have an ENS, all you see is your wallet address. So we always tell the story about how Yes to Crypto discovered Farcaster, came on Unlonely, just in a very, as luck had it, and realized he needed an ENS, got an ENS. So yesterday, we brought in a lot of new people yesterday with the Moxie chat.
Yes.
Having Beta Shop on.
It's a very, very, very great group of people that were chatting with us yesterday.
So King was in the chat, at King, if you know King from Farcaster, but does not have an ENS. And for some reason said, I'm not getting an ENS. And I didn't get to follow up with them to know why.
Why? Yeah, we'd like to know why, King.
So let us know.
We'd love to know. We'd love to know why you're anti-ENS.
And come back. Like, why are you
back
in our live chat?
And if you are, by the way, if you are in our live chat and you're using just a wallet, just tell us who you are. We just want to say hi and just know that it's you and give you a shout out on Farcaster. Because that's why we like to know who's in our chat, because we always do a little shout out. And anyway, we do have some news to chat about today. I logged in last night, got a little notification that I needed to update, and then things were a little different, I got to say, just a little bit. Just subtle differences. So improvements to mobile Warpcast. See recent queries and accounts. See users, channels, and casts in one page. Filter to see the most recent casts. These changes, that's a big one. These changes have been live on the web for a bit, and now they're in mobile as well. Shout out to Akshan and Blockheim for this improvement. But I noticed with that update, there were some other small improvements. For example, the composer actions are now all in one. They're nested within one composer action button. So if you're looking for Bounty Caster Ponder event, events XYZ, they're now within that composer action little button.
Oh, they're not as they don't have their own.
Exactly. Yeah, they no longer have their own. You'll find them. Actually, I will show you. You'll find them
and that's probably in preparation because they're expecting. They're expecting a lot more than just 2 or 3 options. There'll soon be dozens of options.
So on web, these are still here. But if you go into mobile, you'll see that it's one button and then it'll bring up multiple composer actions. So a little different on web. I'm sure that will follow. But for now, I noticed with this last update, they did make that change on mobile. So yeah, which makes sense because you're going to have more than 3. So, and you only have limited real estate.
I wonder if Ponder and Bounty Caster and events enjoyed their elevated boost status for 2 weeks.
Their moment in the sun, and they still have it on web. So there you go. For now, I'm sure that will change up. So check that out and a little better searching. This was really cool. This from Nick T, NT. Introducing AMP HiveMind, an AI-powered answer engine on top of the Farcaster graph. Think Perplexity / Hawk, but for Farcaster. Ask anything and instantly get an answer with cited cast as sources live now for AMP Gold subscribers on HyperSub. mint a subscription to get access. And this is really interesting. And I love that the search that they used in the explanation is what is Moxie. I think this could be a real game changer, honestly, because there's so many things that are constantly happening. There's no way everyone can stay up with it, not even us. So this is really cool. Did you get a chance to? Did you? I haven't played around with this, or
I've not played around with it.
Not yet, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's basically a GPT that's just Farcaster focused, which is pretty cool. So go check that out. I gotta go, but I like also that he's using hypersub to sort of, gate it. And I think that's interesting. That's a really interesting approach. So
I wonder what it thinks about toe spacers.
Ooh, good question. Next question for AMP is toe spacers. What's the deal? And see what kind of answer we get. I definitely want to play around with this, so I'm going to sign up on Hypersub and play around because I do want to ask it a few things and see what it says. See if we give a better explanation than it does. Probably not. I want to ask it what GM Farcaster is. See if it knows.
Oh,
then we'll know. Then we'll know.
Do that.
That'll be the true test. This from Phil. Congratulations to Fred T on winning a signed copy of Crypto Confidential in this week's books giveaway. See you all tomorrow for AMA with Nat Eliason, which is today. So this was very cool. Phil gave away in the books channel a copy of Crypto Confidential, and Nate will be Nat. I always want to say Nate when I see his name like that. Nat will be doing an AMA. I think it's today in the books channel. So look for that. And that's pretty cool. Have you read this yet? I have not read this.
No. And to be fair, it just came out this month. So
Monday. Or no. Sorry. Not Monday.
Wasn't it 2 weeks? Yeah, earlier this month. Anyone in the chat? I'm curious if anyone in the chat has read it yet. But I heard Nat on Infinite Loops podcast, which is Jim O'Shaughnessy's podcast. And he was talking a little bit about it, and it sounds like a good read. So I plan on checking it out for sure.
This might be a good one. I just thought this might be a good one for the plane if they have an audiobook. I'll have to look. So, all right. And I think we were chatting with Nat to see, I think he's going to come on the show at some point. So that'll be cool.
Yeah. Well, I slid into his DMs to invite him. Now he's ghosting me. So if anyone knows Nat, tell him he should come on GM Farcaster.
Don't ghost us. Don't ghost us.
And to be fair, 90% of my DMs are me ghosting someone else. So I don't actually think it's ghosting. I think people get busy.
They also probably see your Fox and go, why is MetaMask DMing me? Okay, MetaMask will not DM you. Adrian might.
My Fox doesn't look like the MetaMask Fox, number one. Okay. Number two, the biggest test of whether or not you're a Farcaster OG is if when you see a red fox, what do you think of? And if you think of MetaMask, go back to Twitter.
There you go. If you think Adrian, you're good.
Then we're friends.
Great point. Great point. This from Bountycaster. Lots of improvements. There's a lot been happening with Bountycaster. New Bountycaster feature. Now when a new job gets posted, you can browse other jobs posted in the same category, e.g. Engineering, product, etc., through the frame. And I think that's a huge unlock for job hunters. It makes a lot of sense that way. You're getting more for your time there. So very cool. Great improvement. Speaking of MetaMask, this is funny. Us at the Olympics. I almost use this as a background just because it was so darn cute. So this was a fox that was hanging out at the Olympics, and MetaMask says it's them. So apparently product placement. There you go. At the Olympics.
I'm recasting that, and I'm just saying that's me at the Olympics.
Yeah, just say
I need to reclaim that red fox.
I'm sorry, you're mistaken. This is actually Adrian. It's not. It is not MetaMask. And this, again, this was All Eyes on the Games. Brian Morris, who also is our Here for the artist for this month. And you can mint his piece only till tomorrow. So look for that in the GM Farcaster channel. I'll recast that today. so you don't miss it. So this will be your last chance to mint that. And then we have an amazing artist, Renee Campbell, for August. So that'll be coming out shortly. And also his podcast, the interview that I did with him, is out on all of our places. And I'm looking for it right now. There it is. You just casted this as well yesterday. Do you have 2 minutes today to feel inspired? Artist Brian Morris has a fantastic answer to Nanish Prof's first question about his artist origin story. I mean, obviously, listen to the whole interview, too, but the first 2 minutes is golden. So what I was really surprised to see this. So what was it about the first 2 minutes that you thought were?
Well, spoiler alert for people who haven't listened yet. I think you just asked kind of how he became an artist, and
what was your artist journey?
Literally within the first 2 minutes, like I was on a walk listening. I loved the entire conversation, and I was
great.
I felt like I was sitting in the room with you. I was a little upset I wasn't, because it felt like hanging out with friends. He's so good. I mean, I loved hearing about his background. And also I could kind of relate as someone who came from the corporate world and kind of found an act two, if you will. And I think he talked about just using art to explain things that either can't be explained in words. He was telling a story about how he discovered art as a kid, using with his dad, kind of illustrating like how brakes work in a car, like the mechanics, and how he was able to kind of get it through illustrations. So I loved it. And
I did too.
I really think it's like an interview.
I learned a lot.
I learned the entire thing.
It was a great conversation. Learned a lot about him, but also we had a great conversation about that corporate to art sort of world and the changing world of graphic design too, which I think, when we think about AI, that's one area that's like getting, really hit. So, what does that do? Is it good? Is it bad? Whatever. And so it was a really great conversation. Definitely recommend. I'll recast that later today with the mint as well, so that everyone can go check that out. But it was, it was a great combo. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. And the one with Renee, you're also going to love. That's already been recorded and it'll be coming out shortly. And I think you'll love that one as well. So I'm excited for that to bring that out.
And is Renee our fourth? Is she our
fifth
artist?
She'll be our fifth.
All right. Sorry, guys.
I know. So we've had our first one was Max Jackson, then Chris Corella. Chris co-created, did our special one for FarCon, Brian Morris, and Renee Campbell coming up. So very exciting.
I just got the goosebumps when I was listening. We do our news show, which people go back and watch reruns. I don't know why. It's not, the news is dead, guy. But people have been watching old episodes. Go for it. I mean, but what I love about the Here for the Art is it's kind of it capturing this moment in time.
Yeah.
Elevating artists, which is incredible. Capturing this moment of time. And I was just thinking, as we're doing a month by month by month, creating this kind of collection of artist spotlights. So just even listening to Brian and excited to hear the Renee, I'm so excited to kind of revisit this in 5 years from now.
Yeah, that'll be really, that's a great point. It'll be really interesting to see, some of the things we talked about, what those changes are. And as we're talking about artist journeys and things like that. So, and see where they are as well in their, next phases and what they're doing. So, exciting. It's fun. I'm really excited for Renee's, and I just love her work. So very excited that she's going to be our next one. So Olympics, speaking of Olympics, today on-chain Olympics, day 2, women's gymnastics US, Tuesday, 12 p.m. ET to 2 p.m. ET. Ted is going to be streaming, which is, So I'm like, do we have anything else scheduled at that same time? Okay, no, good. It's going to be streaming right here on her TED channel on Unlonely. And the bracket is going strong here. So go check that out on bracket.game as well. I'm just like really loving the Olympics in general. By the way, I meant to cast this in the parenting channel yesterday. One of my favorite things about the Olympics is watching parents watching their kids win. There's nothing better. Like there's just nothing better. Like they get so, or even just compete. I shouldn't even say win. They get so into it. And Jordan Childs' family, oh my God, Snoop Dogg was sitting with them. It was just hilarious, and they were into it. Like just living on every single, move that she made. But even like the swimming yesterday, everything. It's been super fun. And by the way, that gymnastics, men's gymnastics, the like specialist who comes in and does one thing, sits there all day, was like Clark Kent, has his glasses on, sitting there, very intense, like getting ready, comes out, wins them a medal for the first time in 16 years. And it was just like, he does this one thing and that's it, but he does it better than like anyone in the world. And it's incredible. So that was really fun. Takes the glasses off, does his thing,
amazing,
wins the medal,
and
puts
that's the one.
On.
Yeah, I didn't see his family's reaction, but did you see the teammates' reaction?
Yes, yeah,
they were going bananas.
Bananas. It was so good. But if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it because it will just it will make you smile. It was so fun, and like regardless of what country you live in, honestly, it was really fun. So I love that.
Regardless of what you think about the opening ceremony,
yes, regardless of your issues with all the things, yeah, for sure. So, and this also from Ted, this is happening today. See you tomorrow, 6 p.m. and Newhouse, Venice for a screening of Venice to Venice, a Bright Moments documentary, and to celebrate Phil, Seth, Irina, Henry, and the entire team's hard work. Who else is going? RSVP here. This is very cool. This is a documentary of Bright Moments Gallery, which started in Venice, California, and their latest is in Venice, Italy, and it's pretty amazing. So congratulations, Phil and team, on this. Very exciting. And if you are in the LA area, go check this out. This is happening today. In other news, this is exciting and interesting. This is Jonathan Mann. Song a Day Man, also known as, is now suing the SEC. And he dropped this video and this song yesterday, and it looks like the beginning of like an 80s sitcom. And it's hilariously done. And it's so good. Go look at it, bid on it, do all the things. But I'm really excited to see this because what he's doing is suing the SEC to get some clarity, honestly, around whether or not his musical NFTs are securities. He also had a song called This Song is a Security. By the way, it will get stuck in your head. It will absolutely get stuck in your head.
Yeah. Warning.
Warning. But it's really good. And I think this is a fantastic move, especially since the SEC does tend to lose every case that they do. So there you go. But I do think this is really funny. So, but also amazing that he's doing this. So good luck, Jonathan. We stand behind you. So good luck with that. This from Chris Dixon. Same post on Farcaster and X. We've seen a few of these lately. Roughly 2x the engagement on Farcaster. So he had posted a quote from Mark Zuckerberg talking about AI and tech. And of course you got better engagement on Farcaster because we love you here. And if you're not Elon's friend, you're not getting any engagement. So did you make Elon mad? What happened? What happened? Tell us the story. And similarly, this is from Packy. Deleted X from my phone. Will still use on desktop, and sure, I'll re-download at some point, but I just find myself checking it mindlessly, and it clutters my brain. And I've said this before, whenever I go on Twitter, it feels like I'm going back to an old neighborhood. And then I remember why I don't live there anymore. So this was fun to see.
I followed this lead. I deleted Twitter off my phone yesterday.
Did you? Really?
Yep. I had it reinstalled by the end of the day, and it's off again. So it is many such cases.
Many such cases.
I will just say, what I love about Farcaster is how many times when people compare Farcaster to some of the other alternatives that I'm not on, but a lot of the vibe is just like anti-Twitter. It's like we're here so we can shit on Elon and talk bad about X.
Yeah.
And we don't really get a lot of that at Farcaster. So I really don't want to take too much oxygen talking about X.
No.
It's, I think there's a lot of reasons it's super useful. I'll just notice.
I do too. Yeah.
I mean, as you go into the election cycle, the difference between my following feed and the For You feed.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting wider and wider because I kind of keep a tight following and and curate and but the For You profile of what the algorithm is feeding me is such divisive junk food, and I am not. I need to get off of it.
Yeah, it's same thing. And I was really good about keeping my crypto Twitter profile different from my everything else profile. And they've just started sort of merging as crypto gets more political during this cycle. It's like everything keeps, so it's definitely, but it's still, you can't deny its usefulness in some areas, especially just to get news if you do want that. It's just that it can also be incredibly toxic.
I love it. And by the way, I love it all.
Yeah, I do too.
Love.
Yeah. And this is the meme from Geo here, the little midwit meme. No, I have to post on X, LinkedIn, Threads, Truth Social, Reddit, post on Farcaster, and that's it. So yes, most people aren't here, but we know. And this from Connor or Noor. Lots of negativity. Let's be negative about the negativity. Farcaster's awesome. Where else do you find such a high concentration, talented people, such high quality, open innovation, frames, etc. So much viewpoint diversity that mostly coexists harmoniously. So much optimism about the future. So I agree. So just keep hanging out here if you start to feel pessimistic about the future, because it's actually good. Everything's going to be fine. By the way, this from you, a little ponder poll. Is GM Farcaster more like the announcements over the intercom at your old high school, keeping students informed, or the partners at PwC during the morning stand-up, keeping the office informed? I personally think it's high school intercom. What do you think?
I mean, obviously it's high school intercom. We are not serious people.
We are not serious people at all.
Just kidding.
Corporate stand-up feels way too stiff. I think high school intercom makes a lot more sense.
But the reason, and I don't know if you know, the source of this poll came from your interview with Brian, because Brian used to work at PwC. And by the way, Brian, I did too, a lifetime ago. But I think what he was saying was how nice it is to kind of have this ritual of where you can kind of start your day. And and it was nice to hear. And if you look at some of the comments in that, people had they did answer other things, I think, of what our vibe is. But
I have not looked at the others. I have to go back and look. So I'm afraid. I'm a little afraid, but okay.
Well, there's some fun ones.
I will take a look. And this also, you've been doing some ponder polls, or a lot of people have been doing ponder polls, but this was actually not you. This was Dwoofy. Have you ever used a product because they threw a huge party? And I could guess what this answer is, and of course it's no. But I liked your comment here, guys. This is a trap. If you honestly answer, if you answer honestly, they're going to stop throwing us parties. Don't ruin it for the next generation.
I just want you to know, every time I go to a party and I get really good swag, I always use the product and become a converted customer, like 99% of the time.
Always. Absolutely. So please, we still need that really high quality swag.
But shout out Ponder, actually, because it is so easy to create a poll now.
Yeah.
It was never that hard, but somehow being able to do it directly in feed using the cast action or composer action. How are you not making if you haven't made a Ponder poll yet, why? Oh, that'll be my poll today.
Good question.
Okay. No, but seriously, make it. They're super fun. And I I love how it's integrated into Warpcast, but it's Ponder in the background doing it, not Warpcast. And when I see Legos clicking together, it makes me really happy.
I really like, and it's not going to make that big a difference on this one, but I really like that you can change it by Power Badge, Popular Casters, and Farcaster OGs and just see if there's any difference. A lot of times it's not major difference, but it is interesting. It could be interesting for certain things. There might be a skew. So interesting. Yeah, go make yourself a Ponder poll. This is from Linda. We have a new Ethereum film short film, community.eth, an Ethereum story that will be released for free tomorrow. Cover art made for it by Stippen Pixel. And I am really excited for the other one that's coming out about Vitalik. That they already dropped the trailer for that. And this is sort of a part of, it's related to that release as well. So very cool. And that'll be out today. I also want to just touch a little bit on Moxie. Did you claim or anything yesterday, knowing full well the answer to this question?
If you have to ask, you know yeah. So what do you think? Do you think I claimed my Moxie?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think you did. Probably not for the same reasons I didn't. I would have. I tried, and I still have. They did send me a fix, and I just have to go through some process and fix my error of my ways. It's not their fault; it's mine. Ish, sort of my fault. But it was interesting to see. This was pretty much all over the timeline yesterday. It was all Moxie all day long, and there's a lot of confusion still. So if you are confused about Moxie, I'm not going to tell you that the GM Farcaster interview is going to answer everything. It won't, but it might help a little bit. So go back and listen to, if you missed it yesterday, go listen to Jason talk about Beta Shop, talk about Moxie, sort of the overall vision, as well as some of the details on there. But yeah, some people are confused. Some people are a little confused.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
It's actually not that simple.
And it's really not.
A lot of people are spending time going through the docs and listening to our Beta Shop on GM Farcaster 5 times in a row at 0.5 speed. And there are explainers, and you can choose to do that if you want to understand everything, or you can do what Nounish Prof and I like to do, which is dip your toes in, see how it plays out, and learn as you go. So I don't have all the answers. And I actually don't think anyone really does yet, including HiveMind.
Yeah, I think that, including HiveMind, I think that you have to give it a little breathing room, because things will, with any kind of launch, there's always things that don't go exactly as you planned. There's use cases you never even thought of. There's going to be all kinds of things that are going to change as we go along. And if you think about just even going back to DGen and where it started and where it ended up, very different things. This was from Wake, and super helpful. One of those explainer helpful things. Moxie airdrop investing basics. Your airdrop is available a little each day, spread out over 180 days, vesting schedule. And we did not talk about that yesterday, so I wanted to mention that today. Not all of it is available at once, and none of it is in your wallet until you actually claim and transfer. But you can use that locked Moxie to bid on fan tokens. If you fuck up your bid, you can cancel anytime before the auction ends and get your Moxie back. Unlocked, unvested Moxie, and any rewards you've earned can be claimed daily using the claim frame. It doesn't transfer magically. Everyday rewards earned are usable immediately. So this was actually really helpful. So thank you, Wake, for that. And also Proxy had a really good one regarding the best flow for bidding on fan tokens. And they had it listed as sign into Airstack, connect your Farcaster account, find the active auctions you want to bid on, and click bid. You'll get a direct cast with a frame, open the frame, go through the bidding process. You'll get DCs if you're outbid. So I thought that was super helpful. But yes, everyone who does understand it now feels like that So
I think the one thing that was confusing that I saw a lot of people ask about was, so it's the vesting is over 180 days. So you get 180th of it each day. And in Beta Shop's cast, he said, you need to claim it every day. And I think people understandably thought that meant you actually have to, like it's a use it, claim it or lose it.
Right.
It's not. So you do not need to claim every single day. It sounds like it will just as it vests, but I think it was a little confusing because a lot of people asked that same question. It was like, wait, I need to go to this frame every single day?
No. Yeah. No, you don't, but it won't be in your
won't be in your
it
wallet.
won't be in your wallet until you do.
That's
I
right.
think that's the difference. So we're learning. We're learning things. It's okay. It's going to be fine. I think a lot of it seemed to go well yesterday, but there was just a ton of confusion from what I could see on the timeline. So congratulations on the launch, but we know there's going to be bumps, and we'll hang in there. I do want to share that we are heading to base camp on tomorrow. I'm like, oh my God, that's tomorrow. That was my panic face of, oh my God, I haven't packed yet, in case you couldn't tell. The only thing I've packed, can you guess?
Noggles?
Yep. I have a suitcase of noggles. Yep. That's packed. Yep. So that part's done. The rest is in progress.
You packing noggles is as sure as me not claiming an airdrop.
These two things you can count on in life, just like death and taxes. So we're heading to base camp, and what I wanted to mention was that they are going to be streaming some of this, and the base camp summit will be streaming from the base team, and they have some really amazing speakers who are going to be chatting with us, including Vitalik and Brian Armstrong. So Vitalik is unfortunately virtual. I wish he was going to be in the mountains with us. That would have made this just next level. But I'm excited to meet Brian and just hang out with the whole team. If you are going to be there, also, Borrow Lucid is hosting an event, Base Campers Late Night. So for those of us who want more time together on Wednesday, after the Touch Grass Mixer, Base Campers Late Night is super chill with billiards and a patio at a local cantina. Thank you, BuilderDAO, and that's the wrong BuilderDAO, but anyway, and TKN for drinks and quarters for the pool table. So if you are going to be there, go check out this frame, Borrow Lucid's account, and RSVP. So we will see you there. And also, so we will be coming to you live from Base Camp and FWB Fest on Friday. We may also be streaming tomorrow evening. That is sort of tentative right now. There's some fun things happening at the Welcome Mixer, and I believe, have gotten permission to stream some of those things. They will be very fun. So just keep an eye out on GM Farcaster. If you have not already done so, subscribe to the Unlonely Frame, and you'll know anytime we go live. So even if we can't give you a heads up, just make sure that you will be there. Oh, Fest Talks will be moved to FWB Fest Unlonely channel. Oh, very exciting. Okay, so on the Basecamp channel, good to know. Okay, I did not know that Basecamp was streaming to Unlonely. We have Grace in the chat. Basecamp is going to be streaming to Unlonely in the /Basecamp channel. And then the Fest Talks will be in the /FWB Fest Unlonely channel. So that's where you can look for these. And we'll also be streaming some fun commentary. So there you go. So you get to be there, even if you're not there. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Sometimes that's better. You get to be there from home. Like I'm looking forward to the Network State conference that I can do from my living room. Yes. Things like that. Things like that.
Which is actually very pure network statey. It's like we live on the internet. So
exactly. I live on the internet now. And with that, we're going to call it here. We're in a little bit over, but hey, not too bad. Not as bad as yesterday.
It was a light news day.
It was a light news day. Even though it was a light news day, we still ran over. So excited to see all of you who are going to be at Base Camp and Fest the next few days. and get some URL to IRL moments, and look for us here. And we will see you all on Friday here at, I think we're doing the 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific. I have to remember where we're going to be. And then again, follow us, follow our Unlonely Frame, and you'll get notifications anytime we go live. Anything else before we wrap it?
No. But
okay.
That's it. I'm excited to be at Basecamp and FWB and can't wait to see people. So yeah, excited to see you. And if you're, make sure you say hi to us.
Yeah, please do. All right. And with that, folks, we're going to call it and have a wonderful Tuesday. We'll see you Friday, maybe tomorrow. And with that, bye-bye.